Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the managing director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the possibility of Thailand reopening. And a rather positive piece of news came to my attention from the Bangkok Post. This is bangkokpost.com. Article is titled CCSA to Debate Reopening Plan. Quoting directly, the government's plan to reopen the country before the end of the year is seemingly still on track, as Thailand's COVID-19 outbreak is showing signs of slowing down. Quoting further, in light of this, the National Communicable Disease Committee, NCDC, will ask the CCSA to consider reopening some areas of the country in line with the pledge made in June by Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha to do so in 120 days. Quoting further, we will now have to learn to live with COVID-19 with the knowledge that COVID-19 will be an endemic disease confined to a particular party, end quote, and that's from Dr. Opas Khan Kawin Pong, and we've seen some quotes from him, from Dr. Opas in the past regarding this. But interesting, they're using that terminology, endemic disease, and I quote directly, endemic disease. We saw this phraseology being used in Singapore in the past few weeks in their Ministry of Health down there. And I've been discussing that here recently about whether or not maybe a paradigm shift might not have been perhaps a good idea. Not saying anybody's particularly listening to me, but I do think, this is a positive thing to see this changing from this sort of overall notion of containment to a notion of, look, we need to, like any other disease, we need to go ahead and figure out how to deal with it, get on with our lives. As noted in other videos made contemporaneously with this one, Australia seems to be kind of making a shift this way as well. So, I think this is definitely, for lack of a better term, a positive development. Now, obviously, the disease is not a positive development, but the possibility that we may be starting to see things shift away from this hard-line notion of lockdown towards something, frankly, more pleasant to begin with, to live with, but also, frankly, more reasonable based on the data that we currently have. It's definitely good to see things starting to shift in that direction. And hopefully, as noted in this article that we quoted, the Prime Minister of Thailand, Prime Minister Prayut, did, say back in June, we're going to get this thing going again by, within 120 days. We're going to get basically reopened by October. And it looks like that may be on track to happen. Now, exactly how this plays out remains to be seen. We will certainly keep people updated on this channel as the situation evolves.